Good morning, class, and welcome back to Hot School. Hope you guys had yourselves a good recess. In today's lesson, we will be going over Junkrat, who is really good at zone control from the Overwatch universe, has a little bit of some interesting tactics up his sleeve, and overall can be quite a nuisance to deal with. With that being said, let's get right in and see what he can do.
It's a perfect day for some mayhem.
Alrighty, so we find ourselves in Cursed Hollow. On the friendly team, we've got Junkrat, ETC, Karazim, Gazlo, and Nova versus Stitches, Lieutenant Morales, Genji, the Lost Vikings, and Orphea. You know, I was looking up our statistics here prior to this match, and we're not doing so hot here. And that on the last several games here, I'm not gonna go ahead and say what that win-loss rate is, but yeah, we're not doing so hot. So hopefully we can kind of come back and see if we can get some wins under our belt. I'll tell you this, it's not looking too great as far as Junkrat goes. He's not one of the characters that I am really exceptional with by any means, but we'll see what we can get going. Alrighty, so at level 1, we're gonna go ahead and put some English on it, which is gonna increase the travel distance by 50% of our Q ability, which is called Frag Launcher, which we shoot a grenade in a set direction. As you can see here, we can go more than a screen away with it now, so that's pretty dang far. Our W ability is called Concussion Mine. We throw a mine on the ground, and then we use our trait ability, and that is going to it detonates the mine. So we're gonna go ahead and immediately just start throwing some mines out here. Throw some grenades out. Use our basic attack here, get a little bit of damage while we wait for this to come back. Let's throw a Steel Trap in here, which is our E ability. Steel Trap throws down a trap with teeth there. Okay, so Nova's going top. We need to make sure that we are taking care of these Vikings. And as you saw right there, that's what happens when we use our concussion mine and then detonate it. We go flying, and if any enemies are in there, they go flying also. Just kind of push directly out from wherever the direction is that it's aimed at. And we're just kind of doing that to kind of cause... Ooh, nice hook by the Stitches. Now, when we die, as you saw there, we drop a bunch of grenades. This is what's called Total Mayhem. So after 0.75 seconds, 5 grenades dealing a crap ton amount of damage. 270 per grenade, which is pretty intense. Deal out from where we drop down there. I'm gonna kind of come back here to mid. And their 4-man is just outbeating our 4-man here, so we need to make sure that we're just playing smarter. As of right now, we are not playing very smart. Nova's doing a good job kind of keeping those Vikings at bay, stopping that soak from kind of moving bot and top. It's kind of watching out here, just trying to put out some grenades. Getting some damage there. You know what? We're gonna go and switch with ETC. I'm gonna let him know that we're coming. At level 4, we are going to take. Gotta trap them all. Which is going to increase our trap damage. Our trap count, sorry. We'll go ahead and push this out just a little bit, and then we'll go. Stitches, Genji, what? Our whole team's coming up here. What is going on here? Trib's bot. Go ahead and move him towards us. And do a little bit of damage to him. Alright, now we're gonna kind of come back. Honestly, we're just gonna give. We can't get there in time. It'll be over by the time we get there. Go ahead and kill us a Viking.
I love my job. Lovely day, isn't it?
Let's see if we can go ahead and take down some towers at least on here. Just deal as much damage as we can here. Junkrat excels in siege damage. As you can see, his basic attack does splash damage. Pretty substantial amount here.
Whatever you say.
Next trip is going to be on our side here, so there's that at least going for us. Go ahead and deal as much damage to that tower as we can. Go ahead and pop this Viking over us.
Gather tribute or face my curse. Which horse is simple?
Go ahead and take out a Viking. Okay, take out this wave.
Think I'll go for a stroll.
And at level 7, we're gonna take Big Az. This is gonna allow our trap to deal more damage. This isn't looking too good for this. Just gonna throw in those there. He's gonna hook us before we finish that, so we're just gonna move out of that.
Here we go.
Throw that down. At least hopefully hit somebody, which will hopefully add towards our trap count. We're gonna eat some damage probably. It was only us at the objective, so we're not gonna be able to do anything else there.
Here we go.
Let's see if we can make it happen here. Anything? I want to throw my concussion mine. If anybody follows, I can at least blow them up that way. Do a little bit of damage to that stitches there. Oh, this is gonna suck.
I grow tired of your petty squabbling. Gather tribute. Earn my
Go ahead and just kind of move people around. That's the one fun thing with Junkrat. Anytime you have a hero that can do something positional, they're usually that's usually my favorite skills to utilize.
Delivery for whatever your name is.
We probably can't contest on this.
Well, that's a good spot.
my curse upon you.
Go ahead and pop that Genji away. Alright, throw down this trap. Looks like they're pushing in top here.
Hey, isn't it?
And we're just right now we're trying to soak to 10s. That's the main thing that we're trying to focus on here. Alright, so we got 10s. Level 10, we're gonna take Rocket Ride. Just gonna pop us into the air. And we can kind of move around and we will come down as an exploding rocket shortly thereafter. Hey, we got all of our traps. So the good news about finishing Gotta Trap 'em All is now you can have 3 traps out, which you can see in the lower left. You can see how many traps you have available to put out. Ah, we got gorged. So we went to use Rocket Ride, but the one downside is after you, it does require a, okay, this ETC is annoying me. Rocket Ride does require a charge time is 1.25 seconds before we kind of go up into the air with that. Nice kill, Gaz.
How do you do?
Gaz got a good kill there on that Morales. Able to pop her with the laser there.
Yep, I see him all right.
Trying to deal as much damage to the Stitches as we can. Now, the Stitch is going to be gone. Do some damage to that Orphea. So after Rocket Ride, after we blow up with our rocket, as you saw there, we actually get to ride our rocket back. Look how fast we move. So we can come up here, scare off a Viking. We're only coming up here because we want to get this XP. We want to try to get our team to level 13, as we want to make sure that we don't get too far behind in XP specifically versus the Lost Vikings, because that's what they are good for. Gaz. Yeah. I wanted to help out Gazlo. I was going to throw a concussion mine over that terrain, but didn't have the opportunity as he died a little too quickly. I'm going to go ahead and throw that trap right there. So the good thing when playing as Junkrat with your traps is that they cannot be destroyed or moved by anything other than stepping in them. We're gonna go ahead and take Chattering Teeth, which allows our traps to go ahead and chase heroes. So we get down our third trap here, kind of setting up a little bit of situation here. Go ahead and get that Stitches out of there. Can't have your traps too close together when using when you have multiple traps out, but we're gonna use our Rocket Ride. Deal some damage there to Stitches and Morales, but not too much. I saw that our team was dying, so I didn't want to be the one guy that didn't die and then eventually dies. At least this way I can contribute a little bit. Do a little bit of damage where I can. They're probably bossing at this point. So as you can see, our wave clear is really good. So we should be off laning when we can and just overall just pushing out waves as much as we can. And because of our distance that we have here, we can stay extremely safe as far as being pushed up. So we can actually be still on like our side of the map and be damaging their towers and forts, which is pretty unique. Not too many characters have that kind of range, and really no other characters have that kind of range with their basic abilities as such. Karazim just got a harsh reality in that Seven-Sided Strike does not work on minions, and it's only to be used on heroes. Alright, that should take care of him. Alright, we're going to go ahead and bail. Try to get up here to this objective. Let's throw a trap in that bush. Alright, we're gonna get gorged. We're gonna go in the air. Nice mosh by that ETC. Do a little bit of damage to that Stitches. And because we got Rocket Ride, we'll be back momentarily. Everybody's chasing down the Vikings, whereas Gazlo's sitting here taking on 2 people by himself. We got hit by some minions, so we're not going to be able to help there. Go ahead and detonate ourselves out of there, keeping ourselves safe momentarily. Go ahead and throw those, and then just get back into our base. Go ahead and detonate ourselves back over the wall, grab our sippy cup. We're going to throw some exploratory grenades here. Hey, what do you know? We got a Viking over. So there's that. So that's one good thing that you can do with the concussion mine. You can go ahead and launch people into your base. At level 16, we're going to take spread volley, which is going to allow our Qs to shoot 3 instead of just 1, which we're going to go ahead and use in here. Go ahead and launch Genji into our base. Not going to be enough as far as damage goes, but it was a nice. It was the thought that counted. I'm gonna throw down a trap. Now you can do the same thing with minions like this guy. We're gonna launch him in here. Oh, that was bad. So what I wanted to do is move the siege giant up to here so that the towers could take him out. However, they got the curse, so it disabled the tower anyways. So that was a lose-lose there for us. Well, I mean, we're doing our job. We're doing a good amount of siege, doing a good amount of damage, and we're leading in XP. So we've definitely done what we were supposed to do. But it looks like the XP generation from the Vikings, 22,000, is going to be more than enough to really just give them those kills. Mosh is fine and all, but if you can't if you don't have anybody to follow up on it, it's kind of a wasted thought. All right, come back over here. Maybe we get this Morales. Somebody should get that Morales. Go ahead and pop our ability here so we can get more of these grenades out.
And so the curse ends.
Go ahead and launch some Vikings over. Go ahead and scare them out of here. Really, I'm just trying to push them back as much as I can. Anything I can do to scare them, even if I can't get any kills or anything like that, just get them out of here. Okay, work on taking out these minions. We're gonna let the core take out these minions. I need to be better about throwing down our traps. That's one thing that I haven't done really a good job with so far. So we're just trying to clean up these waves as much as we can. Just their ability right now to outpush us. They're probably pulling boss. Oh, they're about to be because they just showed that they pulled their bruiser there. So we're gonna go ahead and ping the team, let them know that that's what they're doing. Our team is getting our boss right now, so getting our boss is cool and all, but their boss wins the game. I'm gonna throw down some traps for their boss to run over. I don't think it's gonna be enough, but can't hurt, right? As you can tell, Junkrat is not somebody that I play very often. And we're gonna go ahead and launch some grenades down this lane here.
Shall we see who gathers enough tribute this time?
Yeah, we're gonna die, but maybe we can get some traps off. Oh, we were trying to. I was trying to do as much damage down there as I could. Stitch is gonna go ahead and gorge everybody, move them back away. Probably gonna be enough. It's not gonna matter. Just the boss alone is gonna finish that out. But at level 20, we would take Puckish Scamp, which would reduce our rocket ride cooldown by 70 seconds, bringing it down to a 30-second cooldown, making it extremely annoying. It's basically like a bye-bye for Chromie, except for it does damage. So I mean, we did what we could. Our Gazlo and Karazim, between them, had 15 deaths. So that was a thing. So unfortunately, our streak of not necessarily winning our games or continues here. We did okay as far as the amount of damage and stuff as far as our contribution goes. So, and I mean, honestly, when it comes to quick match and personally my philosophy on the game in general, that's all that I care about is how well did I play. I mean, easily I could have played that a lot better. You know, at least 2 of those deaths could have been 100% avoided had I just looked more at the map and really just kind of paid attention more to what I was doing. But overall, considering I don't play Junkrat probably maybe once every 6 months or something. I feel pretty good about that. Talent wise, as far as builds go, I'm just going to primarily name what I took, as I don't really know too much, kind of about Junkrat. This was more of just showcasing the character himself and some cheeky things that you can do. But level 1, we took put some English on it, which increased our frag launcher travel distance by 50%. We did that so that we could stay kind of away from their towers, and then we were trying to launch some frags down the lane so we could hit waves that were coming towards us without having to put ourselves in too much of harm's way. At level 4, we took Gotta Trap 'em All. What that allowed us to do is increase the amount of traps that we could have to 3 out at any point in time. I also reduced the cooldown by 3 after we hit 7 heroes with Steel Trap, which I don't even... Man, it felt like it came pretty easily, actually, surprisingly. We took Big As, and what this does, and it made the traps larger and increased their damage by 50%. So both their radius and damage was increased by 50%, which I think helped out a lot for whenever they had to go over them. With them having a Morales, it didn't help out as much as it could have potentially. So at level 10, we took Rocket Ride, which, as you saw, put us into the air, let us kind of move around a little bit, drop down, and drop grenades, dealing damage to our foes. At level 13th, we took 13th. Level 13, we took Chattering Teeth, which had our steel traps slowly chase nearby enemy heroes. As you saw there, that was the little things, everyone and chasing them around kind of the map, giving us a little bit more area control. Level 16, we took Spread Volley, which made our frag launcher fire 2 additional grenades, which at 45-degree angles coming off of wherever we shot them, worked for the total of our 4 shots, which really just helps with wave clear, overall just area denial. And at level 20, although we didn't get to see it, but we did choose Puckish Scamp, which reduced the Rocket Ride's cooldown by 70 seconds, which is huge. If a match is going on, like for instance in that map specifically, if the tables were turned and we were pushing more towards them on their side of the map, we could use Rocket Ride, which starts the cooldown right then. And then by the time Rocket Ride's over, we're using our rocket to get back to the team. In that amount of time, it's about 15 to 20 seconds or so, which means that Rocket Ride cooldown only has left about 10 to 15 seconds before you can use it again. And it can just be ridiculous if you're unable to interrupt him casting Rocket Ride. Junkrat can be very annoying because like I said, it's very similar to a Chromie's Bye-Bye as far as being able to hearth. However, what this does is it allows him to do damage while doing so. We'll look at a couple other talents real quick. Ones that I know that I've taken before: Bouncy Bouncy, which allow the grenades to do more damage after they ricochet off of a wall. So if you're using your Q and you use it towards a wall, so it bounces off of it and then comes back towards minions or heroes, can do a little bit more damage. People that I've seen that are a lot better at Junkrat than I am will take Bonzer hits. And so this is by using your concussion mine and hitting heroes with it. It does a lot more. It does 40% more damage after you complete the quest and knocks them 30% further, which can be crazy as far as positional goes. I'm just really not good with utilizing that, using that ability there. Level 7, the Tricky Shuffles. I've seen this taken to which increases your move speed while you're reloading your frag launcher. Level 13 or so level 10, the other ult is Riptire, which if you've played Overwatch, he uses a channeling ability, which has essentially a wheel that can go over terrain and everything, and you can detonate it on heroes dealing damage. Depending how close they are to the center of the Riptire, damage depends on the amount of damage that they take. The downside to this is it's kind of like Nazebo using his spirit. You're standing there, so anybody can come up and kill you while you're doing that. And Junkrat doesn't have a lot of health, so that makes him a good target when utilizing that ability. That's why I personally went for Rocket Ride. However, with the Stitches hooks and everything else, we got that interrupted a fair amount of times as well. Level 17, if you're going like a mine build, you could take, I've seen Ripper Air taken a lot. So, and what this does is this launches you 50% further, but also if you are using it to launch yourself, the cooldown's reduced by 12 seconds, so you can go ahead and use it more often. At level 16, another one. You know, I don't really see anybody take anything besides spread volley pretty much ever. Just because spread volley, you get so many more frag or grenades out on the field that it just does so much more damage. And then at level 20, if you did take the tire, you can take the extra oomph, which knocks them back an additional distance. Plus, it reduces the cooldown for every enemy hit. That's about it. That I've seen primarily in my play against Junkrat. I don't see him all that often, and honestly, when I see him, he's not really too much of a bother for to go against because his health pool is pretty reduced. But he definitely has his place in as far as like keeping wave clear and keeping on top of minions and dealing some safe damage from far away, depending on what talents and stuff that you take. But I hope, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and we will catch you guys all next time. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did like it, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more gaming content. It really helps me out. It doesn't cost me anything. Thank you again. Have a great day.